Hello. For me, it is a beautiful Sunday morning. Today's theme is slow down and enjoy life. I'm particularly excited about today's reading because yesterday I received this most beautiful gift, which is the Rose of Jericho, which came to me completely dried and completely brown. And you put it in, set it in water, and it becomes lush and green. And it doesn't matter how many dyes, it will be reborn. So it is the ultimate gift of transformation. And as so many of us are experiencing so many transformations right now, it just feels very relatable. Of course, the water that it's sitting in has become holy water, which I have already used on myself in order to help me channel the best possible message from this reading today. Right away, I pull the Abundance Within card, reminding all of us of what we have within us and how powerful we are. We've been led to believe we are so much less than we are because fear is the foundation of every broken system that we live within right now. So the sooner most of us can remember who we really are and that we have this abundance, the sooner we can walk away from the fear and begin to really start living our lives. Even if that means slowing down a little, right? So, step one, know who you are, know your own abundance. Step two, get a wonderful escape vehicle. If you've done your astrocartography, you may have a mission. And this chariot may be what you need to get to your mission. We've also brought Daffy along today for extra luck. And one of her nicknames is Airplane. So, Airplane. So yeah, what that means for you is once you know yourself and your truth, and you find your power, you find your energy source, you find the way to make the things that you want to happen by simply manifesting them. I guess what I'm getting here is even when we see a card such as the Chariot, and even as I mentioned things like astrocartography, you're going to want to take the time to make sure you're on the right journey, right? That you're following the right synchronicities and that everything is falling into place. Because we know that when we're in our flow state is when the money flows, when the life energy flows, when our frequency rises. This is the state that we want to be in. This is the natural state where everything will just happen for us. So when something doesn't seem like it's a flow state, then that's where you might want to seek clarity. And also, if you have a passion and you're not able to do anything with it, then, and you feel like you're procrastinating, maybe to start a business or an idea or a concept, it's not that the thing itself isn't your passion. It's that the way you think you have to go about starting that business is what's slowing you down. So you need to rethink it and start the business in a way that flows more naturally. And during this call, something went into my mug. Huh. Thank you, little bug. So, yeah, so seeking clarity is always important, right? Before we get on that horse and head on out of here. Listen to your body. Your body knows what it wants to do and what it doesn't want to do. And when you listen to your body instead of your mind, which wants to be the trickster and rationalize different ideas in your head, that's where you go awry. So when I say seek clarity, it's listening to your body, listening to your gut reactions to things, listening to your emotional reactions to things, instead of listening to your crazy mind, which, you know, wants to lead you astray. You know, Confucius say, I like to think of this in the modern world, though, as this got us into trouble. So now we have to have our eyes wide open. We have to listen. We have to speak the truth, right? That's what's going to lead to a better world for all of us. And I just really think of it as like the Christ consciousness card, right? This is for somebody who really believes in Christ consciousness and is doing their part to shine their light and to not not be the evil on earth, but be the good, right? To be the love and light. So this is that person. But also, you're not blinding yourself to the truth of what's going on in this world. And that's the importance of this. The difference between Confucius and what I am saying is we're not going to keep closing our eyes to evil because it did exist. I've drawn both of these cards already today. Yeah, I mean, I love to draw the Magnificence card. What's not to love about that, right? Again, I think this reading is for someone who is um, very much living in their love and light, very much magnificent energy about them, high vibing, full of abundance. You know, they have all the things that they need. It's just a question of maybe, like myself, they're still wondering, but what do I do with it? What's my next step? And, you know, wanting to get into that flow state. And when I live my best life is when I am in my flow state. And that's exactly what led to this deck of cards here. And so when you don't question it and you just go along with your passion and you make it happen, that is the clarity that we need. Fire horse. Oh, yes, a year of rapid transformation. Aren't we loving it? Aren't we loving it? I mean, things are happening around Gaia, Mother Earth. You know, things are happening that used to take a lot longer, and they're happening in a very short period of time, and it's very exciting. And all this horse energy is very powerful and moving and exciting. I think big things are going to continue to come between now and 2027, the year of the rising or the sleeping phoenix, when our 400 years of planning ends. So I think this fire horse is just a reminder, guys, we're halfway in it, right? We're halfway through this year, but there's a lot more to come. So brace yourselves, be prepared, know how powerful you are, know that you are so equipped to handle anything that comes your way. Your body is a perfect creation, as are you, and you will survive anything and everything that happens on this earth. This earth will survive anything and everything that happens on this earth. A lot of what we see, if it's dark and scary, it's meant to scare us. It's meant to bring us down. Fear is the foundation of every broken system on earth. Every time we find a situation that brings us fear, we ask ourselves, what am I afraid of? And then we remind ourselves who we really are, and the fear slips away, melts away, disappears. No one has power over you unless you let them. We are all power, infinite, made in God's glory, made in God's perfect design. We are safe. We are sound. We are perfect entities. And even more importantly, we are surrounded by angels, loved ones, higher dimensional beings, which is, I believe, what angels are. Also basically a higher dimensional being. But yeah, these other things are helping us and protecting us everywhere. So in addition to being infinite and we cannot die and not needing to fall for fear tactics, we are just so loved and so protected in ways that we can't be loved on this earth, because unconditional love is not a thing that we've been taught here. It doesn't exist here. We all crave it. We're all looking for it. And we all know where we can find it, because we find it every night in our sleep. We find it every night in our subconscious state. We go home again. We find, oh, that wonderful feeling when you go to sleep. What is that about? Because we are waking up in this other world where we are loved so unconditionally. One more card. I draw a double, and I actually wanted this one. Ooh, some Emperor energy. How is this fierce, protective Emperor energy going to fit into this whole thing? The logic. I just said, let's not use our monkey mind. Let's not rationalize. But let's accept and embrace the information that's coming to us from within, and let's act on it as needed to be our own biggest protector, to be the most reliable person and version that we can be, and the best version of ourselves. I think that's the energy I'm going to get out of this card. And I think I am going to draw another one. I mean, I've been saying it's going to happen around the time of Steven Spielberg's Disclosure Day movie, which is June 12th, or it's going to happen around somebody else's birthday, which is June 14th. Some things will be real, some things will be not what they seem, maybe fear-based. When it's fear-based, focus on what we talked about. No need for fear. No need for fear. The good guys are here. We are the good guys. There's more good guys. We've got numbers. We've got infinity. We've been planning. It's all coming together. Not in a way of hero worship, but they are here to help us. And their energy alone is very uplifting, because it's that energy of that unconditional love. They have healing powers. Different types of other beings do different things for us, as far as calming us and healing us in our subconscious states when we're sleeping. So, I mean, they've already been around. They've always been here. They've always been here and helping us. There's just been a lot of lies told, and that's why the truth is going to come out. And that's what this Fire Horse year has been all about, is the truth coming out. And I mean, it's going to be amazing. We have lived through the worst. We've found out so many terrible things, and it's changed the way that we live. And that's the beauty of it. That was the beauty of this massive, crazy disruption. Some people are still focusing on the details of the crazy disruption, and they're still really stressed and, upset and kind of picking sides and tribalism and so forth. And this time the sides are political. And you need to know that all distractions, all sides controlled by same empires, the same entities, same things. They were never going to be allowed to change the world the way that we wanted them to change the world. But guess what's happening? We're waking up. We're stepping out of fear. We're not listening to the noise. We're not listening to the news. We're not caring about this detail and that detail. We're just living in our best moment. We're living in our greatest passion. We're keeping ourselves out of fear, keeping ourselves in gratitude, prayer, and meditation, whatever you want to call it. We are keeping ourselves and others around us safe and sound, because we know that we are. Thank you for following and listening and subscribing and liking and doing all of the things and sharing and getting this message across to others if it resonates. I appreciate you. In the best earthly way possible, share my love and light with others, and wish you the best on your journey. Thank you so much.